So happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm putting up 2 videos today specifically for all you guys who are on the front line, whether it be doctors, nurses, pharmacists, shopkeepers, home help, people who are feeling just that they're doing a lot of standing, a lot of lifting. So the first video is specifically for those who are bending over a lot, standing a lot. So I have this. It's a small little squishy, it's actually a practice golf ball, but if you don't have one of these and you have a golf ball or even a tennis ball, you can use them. Ideally, if you have something like this, a little squishy thing, you can. We have a little guest today who are making her debut in the Pilates studio world. Olga's here to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this ball and I'm going to bring it onto the middle of my foot. Now you can see that I'm leaning into it and I'm just going to roll back and roll towards the arch. I'm then going to just start creating small little lines as I roll to each little corner back to the middle of the foot. I'm going to cross. Now if you find that you need to hold on to anything for this, do so. Then I'm going to roll across just the side to side of the foot. Now again, you can sit down doing this if your feet are really sore, but if you're standing a lot, those feet are taking a lot of pressure. Then I'm going to roll up towards my big toe, back down to the middle, up to the second toe, down to the middle, the third, down, 4, down, the little pinky one, and I'm going to roll across the whole ball of my foot from the outside to the inside. You can spend as long as you need to do with these. And again, remember, if you have those dryer balls or those physio balls, you can do them with those, but I'd say put a face cloth or something around them. Switching just quickly over to the opposite side. Now, as I said, you can spend way longer on just rolling and just go with it. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm just giving you a few suggestions, but just make sure that you nice big rolls. Now, if you have a soft ball, but only if you have a soft ball, you can drop the heel as you have the ball into the middle of the foot and you can place the toes forward and then release, move it over a bit to the arch and place. Obviously you can't do this with a golf ball or a tennis ball or one of those spiky balls, it'll be too sore. So, right, we're going to come down onto our mat or our floor and we're going to start just into that relaxation pose. So nice and relaxed, and I'm just going to start imprinting, hello Olga, and arching my back, just releasing it ever so slightly. Nice little gentle movements. My feet now are nice and parallel. I'm on the tripod of my foot and I'm just going to come into that neutral and I'm going to now flatten as I peel all the way up. Nice straight line and release back down. And guys, as I usually say in class about this one, this is a really good one for you to kind of focus in on how you're feeling, just even settle the mind. A lot of you have a lot of pressure at the moment, a lot of work, and just maybe lift and come back down. Now 2 more. Remember, breathing out. I'm thinking about my pelvic floor, I'm thinking about my core. Please don't lick me in the face. And come back, I'll go away. And come back. Now, I'm just going to bring my hands in, I'm keeping neutral, and I'm just going to reach my arms up. Now remember guys, this is not about getting the arms back, it's just about moving the shoulder. I want to keep my rib cage nice and soft. I don't want to feel that I'm peeling off the mat. Now you don't have to be somebody on the front line to do these. These are great moves for everybody. We've all done these in all of our classes. And again, you're going to do 3 more of that. Just nice little reach back, come forward. Now this time I'm going to combine those 2, and again try not to go too far with those arms if they don't have the flexibility, especially if you're quite tight around those shoulders or those lats, especially if there's a lot of tension. Breathing out, breathing in. 2 more. Breathing out, breathing in. Now the last one, I'm going to keep the arms back and I'm just going to very gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling down, just getting that nice stretch on the upper arm. And then I'm just going to bring my hands back behind as I do small little curls in. Now my hands have the weight of my head, but I'm starting to just, Olga, go away. Technical team, will you call the dog?
Olga.
And again, you can just put her out into the other room there, Map, if you wouldn't mind, and come back. And again, what I don't want to do is I don't want to pull in with my arms. I want to keep them out nice and wide so I can see them out of the corner of my eye, but I'm keeping it nice and warm. Now I'm going to just bring one hand just down and I'm going to just draw my shoulder over towards that knee. I can slide my hand back and again breathing out, breathing in. You can see that my tummy's not bulging up. And again, and I'm bringing my chin to my chest. Last one, and again, breathing out, breathing in, and I'm going to go the opposite side. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. 3 more, breathing out. Please nobody count, because you know that I add in an extra 1 or 2 either sides, as I'm sure you're all aware of it when I'm doing my hundreds. Last one, I'm sure I've added in an extra 1. And I'm just going to come back down and I'm just going to let my knees roll side to side. And again, you can do this for as long as you want. Just getting a little bit of release. Coming back to center, I'm going to extend my legs. Some of you might want to keep it bent, and I'm drawing my knee in. Now I'm really releasing it in. I'm going to hold it here for 5. And then once I've held it in, I'm going to just release it ever so slightly. And as I draw it in again, I'm going to get that little bit deeper. I'm keeping my shoulders nice and relaxed. And again, just nice little breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And I know at this time it's going to be hard to try and focus in on your body, especially with everything that's going on, but try and have a conversation. Try and stay present as much as you can. And then I'm going to release again, and I'm going to draw that in that little bit further. Breathing in, breathing out, and nice and gently drawing those feet back down. Now I'm going to roll all the way over onto my side, and I'm just going to grab a band. Now, again, you don't need to have a band. Some of you do, but you can use a scarf, you can use any sort of rope, anything that you have at home. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my leg bent. And again, remember, if you want to have your head supported, have a pillow underneath there. And again, I'm just going to bring the band in, and I'm going to just rest my arms. Now, I've got a little bit of tension in this band, and I'm pushing my heel up. And again, remember, if you feel you want to straighten that leg, do so. I'm getting a nice stretch now in the back of the hamstring. I want to rest on my body nice and relaxed. I'm going to hold this for 5 breaths. And then as I draw the leg across, see how I'm pulling with my bottom arm up as I'm stabilizing with this arm. And again, I'm going to hold this for 5 breaths. And I want this to be effort with ease, and I want it to be loosening out. I don't want any discomfort. I'm going to come back in, and again, I'm going to come to the opposite side. And again, drawing that hand up as I support with this hand, and I'm going to hold it for 5 breaths. I'm going to come back to center, and I'm going to switch over to that opposite side. I'm going to keep my leg bent this side, just so you can see. It doesn't matter, whatever's comfortable for you. And again, just drawing out. Nice deep breaths. Don't rush the breath. Hold it for longer if you want. If you're getting that nice stretch, I'm just giving you a little bit of guideline. Come back to center. And I'm going to straighten my leg out a little bit so I can cross the leg over. I don't want to get jammed. And again, 5 breaths. I'm not holding them here for 5 breaths. And just gently come out. Now I'm going to roll up. You can come up nice and safely, whichever is better for you. And I'm just going to come onto my front. So I'm going to come into that nice, long, prone position, and I want to bring my hands into that diamond. So remember, I'm drawing my shoulders back. Just imagine that I'm bringing my hands onto your shoulder blades. I've done this with a lot of you, and remember, drawing those shoulder blades back into your back pocket. My legs are nice and parallel.
just going to drop my forehead down, and as I do, my shoulders slightly roll forward, and that's okay. But as I breathe in, I want to prepare, drawing my shoulders back, breathe out like a turtle, coming out of its shell, and then I'm breathing in. And again, drawing my shoulders back. You want to think of that nice V on the back. And again, no tension on the neck. This is hurting anybody on your lower back. You don't come up that far. Remember, you need comfort. And then again, you're going to do 5 more of these, breathing out. You want in your head, and I did this last week with most of you, you want in your head to kind of go, okay, the movement, I'm starting on my head, my neck, my shoulders, thoracic spine, lumbar spine, and now I feel just a little bit of my glutes getting involved. My core is nice and engaged. I don't have my hips off the mat, and I'm lengthening through my body. And I'm breathing in and releasing it back down. 2 more. Breathing out. Breathing in. I'm still thinking about my pelvic floor, so I'm drawing up my pelvic floor 30%, my core 30%. Breathing in. Now, I'm just going to keep my head slightly lifted. I'm drawing my hands back. Palms are just nice and drawn in. I'm going to bring my big toes together, and as I breathe out, I'm going to zip my heels, draw my shoulder blades together. As I open out, I'm going to rest my front of my palms on the mat. And again, breathing out, breathing in. Just a nice long dart-like movement. Breathing in. Last 2. I'm reaching my fingertips down towards my knees. I'm keeping that core and pelvic floor. And I'm just going to come back down. I'm placing my hands underneath, and I'm just going to lean back into that child's pose. Now remember, if any of you are prone to panic attacks, keep the knees wide. Sometimes, pressure on the chest can give you that sort of kind of, and you can feel a little bit nervous. So again, nice and long, stretching, leaning nice and long into that back. Just switching over my paper. Not used to having to look at papers, but so I'm going to come all the way back down again, and we're just going to do a little bit of swimming. Now remember here, if you're tight, bring the hands out nice and far. Otherwise, you're just going to stretch as you breathe out, breathe in. You don't want to be flailing side to side, and you don't want to see that. You see that, you know, you're supporting with the other leg. I'm pushing and breathing. Sorry, I've got my wrong leg. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I'm just trying to lengthen the body. 2 more. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Last one. Breathing out, breathing in. Now I'm going to slide my hands back. I'm tucking my toes in as I push myself up into that down dog. And I want to keep looking at the front of my hands, walking, just stretching those hamstrings. Breathing out, keeping that pelvic floor and core. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to walk now in towards my hands. And I'm slowly, 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 slowly rolling back up. I'm going to come against the door. I'm waiting for my technical team to come back so that he can turn the camera around. He's disappeared, he's back again, so that he can see what I'm doing. It's all very new for all of us. So again, I'm going to come 1 foot away from the wall. And a lot of you have done this with me. And again, I'm keeping my bum against the wall. Don't let your head, because see how literally when I bring my head back, my neck is stretched. I'm just going to nice and gently let the chin to chest drop, keeping my body nice and relaxed, pelvic floor and core, and keeping my bum in contact with the wall. I'm going to just pause for an in-breath, and then as I breathe out, I'm slowly rolling all the way back up. And again, you can go down as far as you feel comfortable. Even if that's as far as you can bend the knees. Just don't let the bum come away from the wall. And you can straighten and don't let the head. You want the shoulders to come back. And again, rolling down and coming back up. You're going to just bring your hands again, just in front. Do a little bit of those dumb waiters. I'm a huge fan of the dumb waiters. So again, elbows in nice and close. And remember, as I breathe out, I'm drawing my shoulder blades back. As I breathe in, I'm coming back. Breathing out, breathing in. I'm going to do 5 more. Breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in. 2 more. Breathing out, breathing in. Last one. Breathing out, breathing in. Dropping my hands down. We're going to do a standing corkscrew. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm nice and relaxed. I'm on my tripod. I'm going to breathe in, but as I breathe out, I'm going to wave my hands all the way up, back behind my head. As I breathe in, I'm drawing my shoulder blades up. And as I breathe out, I drop and I bring the hands down again. One more. And just roll out the shoulders for 3, for 2, and 1. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Have you taken it?